There are a lot of Fallout 4 mods out there. Sometimes it's actually pretty hard to kind of get through and find some of the good ones. So in this video, I'm going to show you 5 of the best Fallout 4 mod releases of the past week. Some of these on PC and some of them on Xbox One also. If you guys enjoy the content, you can leave a like or subscribe, but with that, we'll jump into the video. So this is actually something I've been looking for over the past few months, and I really haven't found anything that does quite what this mod does. Modern Weapon Replacers is actually going to replace a lot of the weapons that appear in Fallout 4 with modern alternatives that we have gotten through mods. Many mods you've downloaded integrate into the leveled list. What this mod is going to do is totally replace vanilla weapons. There are presently 3 variants of this mod available, so depending on which one you used, or replace different things with different mods, but basically things like the assault rifle, combat rifle, 10mm pistol, shotguns, hunting rifles, revolvers. Rather than you seeing NPCs carry the vanilla option in those categories, you're actually going to now see some different mods that you do have to download to use this. I think this would be great for a new playthrough because you could truly make the game feel fresh. After downloading this, you will literally never see a 10mm pistol again. I've spoken very highly of mods similar to this in the past, ones that typically just replace the combat rifle and assault rifle because a lot of people don't like those. One thing I would actually really love to see added to this as an additional variant is replacing a lot of the vanilla Fallout 4 weapons with vanilla weapons that were recreated in Fallout 4 but were from previous Fallouts. A lot of Fallout New Vegas stuff has been recreated. Instead of the double barrel, let's get the caravan shotgun by Deadpool. Either way, the mod author has already uploaded one fan requested variant, so I imagine it's something he's going to continue to do in the future, and hopefully we'll see some pretty cool new loadouts for Fallout 4. This one's actually particularly cool. So you know how like some guys will just kind of run across your settlement and you'll get into a fight and then their bodies will be left there, and then as you try and build your settlement, make it look pretty, that body is just going to be there. Unless you want to manually take it off the settlement, there's nothing you could really do. Well, the settlement tidy bot is more or less going to be a little robot that you can place down at your settlement, and it's going to clean up all of those bodies in a fairly lore friendly way. It's going to have a short quest and a bit of a backstory as to how this robot exists and how you get it, but after that you can place it down at each of your settlements. There's a limit of 1 per settlement, and as you're in the area of your settlement, it'll passively scan for corpses, skeletons, and even bone fragments, and then it'll go off and clean all of those things up. But one of the interesting things is it's actually going to loot all of the bodies that are there and place those items in the little chest that is under the robot at the robot station. So if you're like, oh, I don't want to lose out on all that ammo that would be on those raiders' bodies, well, you don't have to. It's a really cool mod. It's something that honestly could have been in the game by default, and I think it would fit in quite well, but the execution of this one is really nice, and I think it's a huge quality of life change for Fallout 4. So we have Project Phoenix. What this is going to be is a new quest mod for Fallout 4, and with quest mods, I try and be fairly vague in my covering of them, and normally just kind of give them a shout out because they're cool without telling you too much about the story so you get to experience it yourself. More or less, the background of this quest is there was some rich guy that had a ton of connections and networks throughout the Commonwealth that wanted to enslave everybody. That's all occurring before the bombs dropped. Through this mod, you're actually going to explore some of the things he built up, find some of his evil plans, and it's pretty cool. I always show you guys new weapon and armor mods, but this is actually giving you something to do with those new weapon and armor mods, and I feel like for that reason alone, it's worth a download. It's going to feature 14 new locations for you to explore and experience, and in the end of this one, you actually get your own player home to keep. It also makes it so you kind of have to think and find things a bit on your own using notes in the game rather than just giving you a quest marker as to exactly where you have to travel, and I kind of like that. All around, again, if you're looking for something to do in Fallout 4, this is going to be a great mod to use. I think it was a lot of fun, and it's definitely worth a download. So we have the blue team armors. This is something that I have shown you in upcoming mods. It technically was released on the mod author's YouTube channel a few weeks ago. I will have a link to the channel down below. You can check out some of his other videos and how to actually get the armor. But more or less, what this is actually going to do is add in 4 armors from the Halo franchise into Fallout 4. So you of course have the standard and iconic Master Chief armor from Halo 5, but then some of the other armors that also appeared in Halo 5. All of the armors are named after the characters in Halo 5, but I don't really know anything about them, so they're just kind of names on the armors. There's no quest or backstory really associated with this. You just take down one guy and he has all the armors on his body. The way these armors are set up is more or less there's going to be a helmet, a bit of armor on top, and then a tech suit that's kind of the underlying material. You actually can mix and match some of these, although a lot of the time they don't really look super great together, but I would actually say some of the combinations are quite a bit cooler than even some of the vanilla options, or the way they're supposed to be set up. And one other thing that I'm not a huge fan of is the integration into Fallout 4. It's basically just a bunch of really high-end armors that are handed to you. They're not particularly well balanced in the sense that they're super OP and you could sell them for a ton of caps and it's really easy to get all of them. I think that'd be a great area for improvement in the future with this mod, but either way, right now, if you just want your character to look a bit cooler, this is going to be a great mod to download. And last but not least, we have the port report of the week, and that's going to be the Winchester Model 1897 shotgun. This, of course, I did cover in last week's episode, but at that time it wasn't actually out for Xbox One, and now it is out for Xbox One. What it's going to add in is a new pump action shotgun into Fallout 4. It's going to be fairly similar to pretty much every other pump action shotgun. One of the unique features of this one, though, it actually features a slam fire type. If you guys don't know, slam firing with shotguns is more or less going to make it so you kind of pump it really fast so you can fire really quickly, despite the fact that it's a pump action shotgun. I'm sure the background footage conveys it much more clearly than me trying to verbalize it, but largely what it's going to do is make it so this is automatic for the 5 shots it does contain. So that's pretty much going to wrap it up for this video. There's going to be links to everything I showed you down below if you guys want to give any of those mods a download or even an endorsement if you've already downloaded them and I just remind you about how great it is. But before we end things off, we have today's psychology fun fact of the day, and what that's actually going to be about is another fairly basic thing you probably learned in your intro to psych class, and that's going to be priming. So what priming is, technically, is the exposure to one stimulus affects the response of another stimulus. So a lot of this is actually super quick. Like, let's say I show you a video about a hospital. The rate at which you'll process hospital-based words then will be much quicker. So if I show you the word lawyer next to the word doctor, you're going to process the word doctor faster, and that's a result of priming. You have like that mindset almost. So you probably have heard of it in that context because that's like the academic context in which I learned it, but this actually has some other impacts in that with advertising. So there's a study from 2009 and it wanted to see how advertisements for unhealthy or snack foods would affect consumption of unhealthy or snack foods. One of the experiments had 2 groups, one group of kids with a snack that were just watching TV normally with no snack related commercials, and another group of kids with the same snacks also watching TV, but there'd be snack food commercials in the middle. And in this, they actually found that the kids seeing snack food commercials consumed 45% more of that snack they were eating. The same effect was seen for adults, except not to as an extreme degree. They didn't consume 45% more, but after watching advertising for food, they ate more food. This is one of those things that's probably interesting to you because you might think, oh, when you see a commercial for Coke, I'm not going to go buy Coke, obviously. Like, I'm not going to get up and go buy it. But that's not really the goal of it. The goal is for you to just consume more Coke that you might already have in your house, and then later on, you're going to have to go buy more. And at least according to this study, it totally works. It is successful in making people do that, especially kids. So either way, that's pretty much going to wrap it up for this video. As always, again, I thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you all next time. Later.